basically Captain America werewolf. Because in the comics, yes, Captain America once became a werewolf. And of all things, it's actually pretty much well known. It's no one has made an effort to forget that. In fact, in the newest Secret Wars tie-in that called Spider Island, we actually see Captain America becoming a werewolf once again. So, yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of characters turned into werewolves, like Spider-Man and Wolverine, but I feel like Captain America deserves symbiote. Then you give it the spirit of vengeance, and oh boy, you better run. It's a hulking, symbiotic spirit of vengeance that will destroy you. It is terrifying. It happened in the pages of the Venom series during a bit of a several part mini-series including Red Hulk, X-23, the clone of Wolverine for those of you who don't know, and the new female Ghost Rider teaming up with Agent Venom. And long story short, a demon called Blackheart was basically turning New York City and, well, not New York City, it was Las Vegas into, can't really, there's no really, not, I can't really sugarcoat he turned it into hell. He was turning Las Vegas into hell. Well, I don't think you need magic to do that, my friend. Las Vegas is kind of already on its way to being that. Well, anyway, it's a really terrifying monster. I mean, seriously, it's got the Red Hulk's raw power, the Venom symbiote's abilities of shape-shifting and all that, plus the Spirit of Vengeance. You can't really top that. You really can't. Number 3 on this list is a character I'm ripping out of Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Yep, I'm going to the old Web of Shadows, one of my personal favorite video games in Marvel Comics. Specifically, for this little monster, I'm thinking, what would happen if the Venom symbiote ever went to Wolverine instead of Spider-Man? Well, Web of Shadows gives us that answer. It gives us a venomized Wolverine that you actually have to fight. The only problem is that due to it being Wolverine, he's healing during the fight, so you have to take him out really quickly. Otherwise, you'll be at it for hours, or until you die. It it was so cool. The design is really nice. And if you're a fan of Wolverine or a fan of Venom, you're really gonna like playing Web of Shadows and seeing such an awesome monster in the comics. Thanks. Well, then there's number 2. Now this is another their video game monster. This one is Atrocity. Now, for those of you who played Spider-Man Edge of Time, and let me just be the one to go on record, I found that game to be one of my personal favorites. It it's just a guilty pleasure for me. Part of it was Atrocity. He is, oh my god, essentially combined, like, okay, during the game, Anti-Venom basically tries to grab the main villain of the beginning of the game called Walter Sloan, and it was Walker Sloan, I think, and basically he grabs him and he accidentally runs into Otto Octavius, and they both, and all three of them jump into a time portal by accident, which was completely unstable at that very moment, and it basically fused them into a monster called Atrocity. And I have to say, it is not only terrifying to look at, it is just freaking awesome. If you like zombies, then this will come close to your favorite kind of monster, my friend. It definitely takes on a bit of a zombified look, but it still manages to look like something from the Marvel universe. So yeah, Atrocity definitely takes the number 2 slot. As for number 1, there is only one monster in the Marvel comics, TV shows, and video games that deserves to be on the number 1 slot. And that is Man Spider. No, not that cheap black suit with the foam armed Man Spider. No. In the 90s Spider-Man series, Spider-Man discovered that the spider bite that bit him, the superpowers were just step 1 of his transformation. He was going to continue changing until he became like a half man, half spider freak of nature called Man Spider. First, it starts out with him getting extra arms. Then he basically just takes on more spider-like features, like a spider-like head, and it's terrifying, but it's so cool. I was a kid when I saw this in the '90s Spider-Man cartoon, and I thought it was so cool. Spider-Man is just a big hulking spider monster. This is a guy who's suffers from arachnophobia, and I thought this was so cool. And I wasn't even a teenager yet. So yeah, Man Spider for the win. Well, anyway, this was my Halloween episode. I'm sorry if this came a bit late. Hey, for those of you who are probably expecting it to come a bit sooner, I've just been really busy with school, but I will try to get other videos up as soon as possible. If not, then I guess this may or may not be my first and only Halloween episode of this year. So, unless I can prove us wrong, this is Lucas, the Prince of Darkness, signing off.